The form is nothing really to get too excited about, but at its level, it's probably about the best that we've got on offer in here so far. Bodybuilder showed plenty of speed last time out before weakening to finish 5th of 7 at Salisbury. Probably bred to need further, in all honesty, than this 5 furlongs. And I just wonder if Bodybuilder may be susceptible to something in here that could be a little bit sharper.
On the converse to that, really, is that he's potentially, he could just bowl along in front and be quite hard to peg back, given the experience he's had, 2 runs, and 2, the speed he's shown so far in his career, and he hails from a yard that's going well, the Hannon team.
Yeah, exactly. I think the draw in stall 7 will probably be fairly decent as well. Like you say, Bodybuilder should be able to get to the front unless some of these kind of step up early pace wise. I think it's interesting that he's not as strong in the market, Bodybuilder, as I was suspecting he might be.
Yeah. Okay, one that is strong, and it may not have appeared like that was going to be the case at first glance, but it's Scent Flying, who is got some temperament in his pedigree, but ran pretty well at Newmarket on debut, wasn't given a hard time, was pretty well beaten if you watch the video. It was quite well beaten in the end, but certainly wasn't knocked about, and that was a better race than this.
Yeah, it was a better race. He showed plenty of greenness, didn't he, on debut there. The market has been speaking in his favour, so presumably we're going to see a much improved performance from Scent Flying today. He generally just looked all at sea, didn't he, in that contest won by Red Roman. But like you say, that was a better race than this. The time of the race was also good, and this is effectively a drop in class for Scent Flying.
Yeah, an interesting run of Scent Flying. Doug Costello for William Muir. Stall 5 is where that horse will come from. W.G. Grace we touched on at the top of the show. He was very colty before his debut at Catterick, where he shaped with some promise, and he too wasn't given too hard a time, and Catterick can be a difficult track for a newcomer. He was entered at Chepstow earlier in the week, or yesterday even. Didn't go there presumably because the ground was too easy for him, because he's by Exceed and Excel. He'd always want decent ground, so he's an interesting runner.
Yeah, he is, and we saw a shot of him going to post a little bit earlier. We can see him in shot there, and he does seem to be showing a bit more professionalism this time around, doesn't he? He doesn't look like he's getting coltish at all. That race at Catterick, when 4th behind Consequences, wasn't a bad race in terms of historical standards. He should come on plenty for that, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he was seemingly not fancied on his debut at Catterick. He went off a big price, so he may have just done what they expected, and I think we can expect a little bit more from him this time around.
I just wonder if the fact that he wasn't fancied that day maybe had something to do with his pre-race antics, which were quite evident to anyone who was watching on Racing UK on the day. His mind quite clearly wasn't on the job.
He's only got one filly in the race, Peas on Earth, to distract him, so hopefully he'll have his mind on the job today. That's the W.G. Grace. Of others that have run, well, let's just touch on Peter Leonard. Peter Leonard's a Kalaki colt, had that one start at York, finished last of 10.
Yeah, you would expect him to come on significantly for that, wouldn't you? He was very green, just didn't really know what it was all about that day, which is somewhat unusual, isn't it, for a Richard Fahey 2-year-old. So you would expect Peter Leonard will come on a bundle for that. If I was to make a selection in here. I think having seen his demeanour, seen him go to post, I think WG Grace would be the one I would side with here, simply because I would expect he'll come on an awful lot for that Catterick run. Yes,
I anticipate a decent run from him. B Machine and Peas on Earth have both run. B Machine undoubtedly showed a little bit more than Peas on Earth. B Machine went to a minor event at Doncaster and wasn't given a hard time, and I think there might be a bit more improvement to come. There was very little promise from Peas on Earth, who hung really badly on her debut. She's quite speedily bred, but she ran here at Nottingham and she just went left, leaving the stalls, and kept going left.
Yeah, and just going back to B Machine, he cost a fair bit, didn't he? 50,000 as a yearling, and he was another. One of the trends of this race is that plenty on debut have been green, and I would expect several of these to improve markedly on what they've already shown.
Okay, that's just about all of them that we've given a shout to. Roman River, I've just mentioned, he's a newcomer who's taken a bit of support. He's the son of a holy Roman emperor, and there's just been a little bit of support for him, and we will see how he gets on. But we're just about set for our first at Nottingham today, and John Hunt's in the commentary box. It's a lovely day there. Hi, John.
A great deal on debut, but he looked the part going to post for me. I thought he was clearly the best looking animal. Moved lovely to post. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully we'll have a good day here today. B Machine comes in then as the last. Stall number 8. We're set to go. And they're off and racing, and sent flying. Missed the break, slowly away and pushed along here. Abel Handy is the best one into stride here from WG Grace, and Bodybuilder towards the stand side, with Roman River to the far side. Just seems to be hanging slightly. Peas on Earth, sent flying, catching up, and that one now stand side together with B Machine, and also Peter Leonard. Tightly grouped field as they head to the 3 furlong pole. Abel Handy strides on with this 1 length lead now. In second place, we've got Bodybuilder together with WG Grace, and Roman River still well there. Peas on Earth is next to Sent Flying, who's now ridden along. Small break then to Peter Leonard, and B Machine is the one who's struggling to go the gallop at the back end of the field as they now come on down to the final furlong and a half. And their unseating rider is Peas on Earth. Peas on Earth comes down there. Abel Handy, the leader still. Abel Handy from Roman River. Bodybuilder down the near side, back in third place. Abel Handy keeps on grinding it out here. Bit of a surprise to start the day. Abel Handy wins for Tom Eves. Second place was Roman River, and Bodybuilder was third.
Yeah, that is a surprise. Son of Arcano, Abel Handy for Declan Carroll, and Tom Eves has won the first. He's made every yard of the running. He really did know his job, but from the moment he jumped out of the stalls, and he wasn't for catching. Roman River, another newcomer, in second place, and Bodybuilder was third. Peas on Earth, unseated Kieran Fox, and we'll get news on Kieran shortly. There's Peas on Earth galloping loose, and he's okay, so let's hope that Kieran gets up all right as we see the winner pulling up. There he is. He's walking away from that okay. Just get a lift back in the ambulance to be checked over, but he looks fine, doesn't he? That's good news. Well, let's just have a look and see what happened here. Is it just a clip heels job, do you think? Look.
I think he possibly just clipped the heels of WG Grace, didn't he? Either that or he's hit a false patch of ground.
Yeah. But, anyway,
they did look like they got fairly close.
Yeah. Well strung out here. I think we've seen an okay winner, but I think we've seen overall a modest maiden, which is won by this Abel Handy, who's jumped quickly from stall 2, really into stride very quickly, better than some of those that had a run before.
Yeah, he was very, very professional, wasn't he, Abel Handy? He's known his job right from the off, but he was a breeze-up purchase, wasn't he? So you tend to see a lot less greenness and more professionalism from these breeze-up horses. But he's shown a very willing attitude, hasn't he? Right from the start, he's just got a really likeable way of going, and he's known his job from the off here. WG Grace and Bodybuilder, they've felt the pinch from about halfway, haven't we? So at this point, I think WG Grace just goes across peas on earth. I
Yeah.
think they did clip heels. But once Tom Eaves has asked Declan Carroll's Abel handy to stretch, he's just done it really, really nicely. I think this little bit of ease in the ground has suited him as well, just looking at his action. And